I was going to swing the sword, but I can't in here apparently.
You're indoors. You need to mind your manners in the house. Otherwise, my Odin will come down and slap the shit out of you. Oh, fucking...
Sorry, didn't even realise that.
Have a root around though.
Good point.
What am I doing here?
Fucking rooting through their shit. Find a pair of Sif's panties.
You know, Vince McMahon, you know the whole... He's like getting the jail for like being like...
Is he getting in jail?
Well, probably not. He's a billionaire. Billionaires don't get in jail, but you know, he's like on the investigation and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Apparently, during the coitus act, he had a bunch of like vibrators and stuff that he gave the names of various wrestlers.
Right.
So a bunch of people are wondering if he had one called Triple H, because you know that's like his son-in-law.
Yeah.
But like, is he that weird that he would call
Would
one
do that? Probably.
So I'm just thinking, like, has Thor got one called like Mjolnir lying around, or
Moki and Modi, or Thrud. Thrud is a proper vibrator's name. I watched that Jerry Springer thing. I don't know if you've seen it.
I think I watched the first two.
How
many is there? Is there only two?
Aye.
Oh, maybe I watched all of it then.
Yeah. It wasn't very long, I was surprised. I watched the Jeremy Kyle one as well.
There's a Jeremy Kyle one?
Yeah. It's on, weirdly enough, 4OD.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I might need to give that a watch.
Bit of a debate as to who the Badgian is.
He's definitely an arsehole. The reason it got cancelled, I think, is a bit...
Finally figured it out.
Is that his fault? But
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm not that hurt about it, because yeah, he was an absolute prick. He always was.
Yeah.
It got worse when I found out he was like a mad rich boy as well.
He was a wife beater and everything, aye.
I now know he's a wife beater.
Yeah.
No, what the fuck? Like, he's got himself. I knew about his gambling. He was like a gambling addict or whatever. But I mean, that's an addiction. I kind of have sympathy for him on that one. But the wife beating and all that, like, no, that's very good.
Coming on the show and accusing people of beating their wives and stuff, you know what I mean? You're a scumbag.
Because there was some guy he was getting lady with because he was like a wife beater, and the guy was like, "Oh, you're a gambling addict," and Jez like pure shot himself from him, and I'm like a wee bit like, "What? Why do you? You know, that's a legit, you know, illness, like an addiction. Whereas, how do you compare the two? You beat your wife, yeah. Well, you had a gambling addiction. It's like it's not tit for tat. Like one's way worse than the other." But aye, turns out he's a wee rich boy, so that just makes it worse. You know, all these people that have got nothing, born into nothing, and he's been
getting plagued on by...
he get handed a show because they liked the cut of his jib, and his dad was...
Dad wrote a cheque for...
he putting checks in the right directions.
For STV or whatever.
He's a wag. So how long's the Jeremy Kyle one?
Probably about the same, if not maybe slightly longer than the
2 hours,
3 hours, aye.
I'm gonna... Not tonight, but I'm gonna look into that.
Aye. I mean, it's for me, I think the Springer one's worse. I think what came out of the Springer one and the way they like instigated the fights. They basically hyped all the guests up and got them to fight each other. That was Springer for years. And the guy who was like the executive producer on it, whose name escapes me for the moment.
Was it the fat guy?
Yeah, the fat guy.
Was he Mexican?
I don't know if he was Mexican, but he was just like, I would put a...
Oh no, is he not? I think he was half Japanese.
No, he was one of the producers. He wasn't the executive producer. There was the main man who was basically the guy who was like, no, this is what I want the show to be. I want it to be a circus. He's like, Jerry Springer was like the nice dad personality, but he was just like the people. There's two opinions. Was he a corrupting influence and Jerry was blissfully unaware, or was Jerry a bigger hypocrite because Jerry's just like, you know?
I think he was.
He knew about it, but he wanted to...
I don't believe he didn't know about it, but I think...
himself on the back and be like that.
No, I think he just was like... Did they get paid to come on, the guests?
Yes.
Alright, so they did get paid.
But one of the threats and the follow-through was they told their guest, if you leave now, we're not going to give you your flight home.
Aye.
And she went, no danger, left, and they just let her leave, and she like wandered the streets to the bus station. She had no money, and again I'm like, why did she have no money on her? Part of me is like, that story doesn't really track. But apparently some good Samaritan gave her the bus fare for her to go home.
I mean, some people are, well, A, some people are morons, and B, some people, like, where's she from? She's probably from, like, arse end of Alabama and, like, didn't have money to her name.
I do not get this, man. This is the priority mission,
This
and
is
yet
the
somehow Heimdall has got a pure out. You look perfectly over her face there. Ugh, she's like the Phantom.
Keeps moving.
Phantom of the Opera.
Anyway. So is she our wee companion now?
She's Thor's. She'll be helping out in place of Thor.
So I mean, I don't know. I could believe that the Jerry Springer story.
Well, what bust Springer? What didn't though? The sort of first outrage was he slept with, I guess, slept with a porn star.
The porno.
But he wasn't like he had an ex-wife. Apparently they were amicable, like, you know, with his daughter and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't know how amicable they were really with each other. Probably as amicable as like you kind of can be, but at the end of the day, I don't think it's that bad.
Yeah, I remember them saying like if that happened now, it'd probably be cancelled material, but
exactly. But
back then it was. Which in some ways, I suppose it kind of goes both ways, because back then there wasn't everyone with like a constant 24-hour like news feed on their phone.
Yeah.
So like things that you hear about more these days, I would say, but they also
the circulation kind of stops.
It's the 24-hour news cycle or whatever.
You got to prioritise a lot of these things. You can't just be running the same story for like 14 hours back then. You had to sort of go, right, you know what, something else is coming.
How do you do the shield bash thing?
Double L1. It's like tap tap. There you go. Oh. Rip his fucking head off. So ultimately I decided Jerry Springer was worse than Jeremy Kyle.
Worse than Jeremy Kyle?
Yeah, for what he'd done to guests. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they do that on Jeremy Kyle as well, just to not the same extent.
They did. They definitely amped them up. But I think for me, it was that after Math.
When they just let that woman go under the shoots.
Yeah, exactly. That for me was worse than what they do to the guests at the end of Jeremy Kyle, because they do send them off to rehab. Don't get me wrong, they told them you have to fight for your place in rehab. Like there's 4 guests, like so if it was like if it was a rehab story, for example, it was like,
you're not all getting it.
Yeah, you're not all getting a spot. So they'll all turn up and say, well, there's only one spot, and Jeremy will pick who is the most deserving of it. But you've got to be like brutally honest with us. You can't be holding anything back here.
To make it more dramatic.
Exactly, So there'd be people like embellishing it a wee bit and trying to tell a tall tale.
Do you remember the Jeremy Kyle episode that was I'll leave my boyfriend if he doesn't kick his cereal addiction?
His cereal?
Yeah.
Like
I think it was
cereal?
Like, yeah.
No?
I think it was. It's just such a ridiculous title. I think it was like
it says here, Thrud, fuck it, like obvious, like through there. Open the door, Thrud. Oh my god, you dumb bitch, open this fucking door. No, she needs to recognise the mask or whatever. Like, right, okay, look, see Thrud? No, shiny. Big shiny. Can you open this obvious door for us? I can't make it more sparkly. Are you even looking?
Am I doing something wrong?
No, she's meant to like recognise what you're doing and bust that door down. Maybe tilt it slightly to the left. Or to the keep going to the left, see if it shines on the opposite direction. Come on through. Do you know where we need to go? It's blatantly obvious.
There's a big shiny like chest thing, I mean, come on.
Maybe you need to point it upwards.
Have you never played a game before?
Maybe you need to point it upwards so she knows to like climb over it. Or like to the floor so she knows to go underneath it. I'm sorry, Thrud, we can't make this any easier for you.
Come on, you wee cow.
Has the game busted?
It's busted.
Come on. Wake up, Thrud. Character animation time. I don't know, maybe you can shoot that door open. Maybe there is something we're missing. behind you, over your head. And then she'll say something snarky like, "Where does the monster area go?" Like, there!
I'm going to run over here and then come back.
Aye. Maybe drag it away for a second.
See? We're outwalkers. That means we're heading the right way.
That's retarded.
Actually, I think I made that same mistake when I was playing this before. And I say mistake because it leads you to a dead end, and then, like, yeah, you just kind of find your way.
This isn't the type of game where you double back like that. Like, dead ends normally are not dead ends. It's normally like, this is a dead end because there's a puzzle you need to do. So, I don't know, that was kind of weird.
Back to the daytime TVers. I wonder if there's a documentary about Maury. Or like Trisha.
I think, is Maury still on?
Well, we were asking this question, like, who is still on TV? Because apparently Trisha isn't.
Oh no, she's not been on for years.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, Trisha's gone. That sort of trashy daytime TV. You know, that's not a thing anymore.
Maybe that's just moved on to like TikTok and shit like that. People just follow people on TikTok that are an absolute riot. Lol cows and, you know, that type of thing. Have you heard of a dude called Cyrax?
No.
No, he's a mad lol cow who, for some reason, he's an incredibly good dancer.
Okay.
It's a bit of a shame because I think he has like fetal alcohol syndrome or something like that. He's like proper weird looking. But he's a beast though. He's been fanning kids and stuff.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So, you know, that's kind of when I lose my sympathy for folk.
Yeah. Aye, right.
Cheers,
cross you with one hand in it.
Strong word.
Maybe our families are just meant to be enemies.
Well, not us. I don't believe that.
You just want your holy man.
Right, you need to dial it back.
Oh, jump up.
No, yes. I mean, it seems like jumping up.
Try Giza.
Are we Harry Hoos?
Giza, yeah.
What I do
Sure, Sam.
believe is that you'll make a great Valkyrie. I'll tell your mom the same thing. Even if she scares the life out of me.
Let me alone.
Yeah, I'll give that a watch then, the Jezza Kyle one. Did they talk about the horse episode of Jerry Springer?
Man married his horse, aye. They said that was when they beat
oh, was that the moment when they
I think
crossed
so.
over?
Yeah, when they peaked Oprah for daytime TV.
But I forget how huge it was. I mean, you know, like wrestling, the Monday Night Wars and all that stuff, it was because big Vince Russo was a fan of Jerry Springer. Yeah. That was weird. It was because he was a fan of Jerry Springer that that's how he would book wrestling, basically.
Wrestling.
That's when they got more into like, they're not even wrestling, it's just like, Ed, you won't believe I cheated with Leah, you son of a bitch. You know, it's like for in-depth storylines and stuff. Well, there was always storylines in wrestling, but they called it Crash TV. And yeah, that was a lot of the booking in those days. That was what it was.
I think now you can push it together.
Jump up here and then
Now
start
we go right.
swinging.
There we go, left. But so we watched that, and
Doctor Strange powers.
I watched the first 2 episodes of Daredevil.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, it's just like everything. Like they can't help themselves, right? So if I was to say they replaced kind of the 2 key characters from the original series. Right?
Who are the original?
Foggy. So
Foggy
Nelson,
and Matt.
Well, not Matt. Matt's obviously still in it because he's the Daredevil. But,
Spoilers.
Yeah, aye, but the other woman, you know, if I was to tell you they replaced those 2 characters, just guess how it went down. And what sort of character they replaced them with.
Well, they've obviously replaced them with someone diverse and someone strong and probably female.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think you've hit all the adjectives so far, yeah.
What do you mean, like what the storyline reasoning is?
I'd like you to guess actually how they write the two of them out.
Do they write them out, or are they just not there?
I'll say they write them out.
I don't know. Foggy gets caught jerking off in a playground or something like that.
No, not quite as bad as that. No,
What, sexual harassment?
No, so Foggy gets killed.
Right, well, I mean,
first
at least
10-15 minutes.
I don't know if that's better or worse, because I mean, getting killed is a good reason to not be in it, but at the same time, if he's dead.
He's been in it for 4 like Netflix seasons.
Aye,
Staple of the.
He's been. I'm sure he's in the comics, like, you know, from the very beginning.
Like, he's
Foggy.
like he's and maybe they're like, no, but it'll be really dramatic.
But it's also.
But the fact they straight up replace him and her with a strong, independent black woman.
Of course they do.
You just like, why? Why does this have to be a thing? Who's calling out for this? Like, you've got 4 Netflix seasons establishing these two.
What's it called? Born Again? I see. I've not read that many Daredevil books, but I'm sure he got killed at one point, Daredevil, and then got resurrected.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe Foggy can come back, and it's something
like
that.
a Mephisto thing, maybe?
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know if he died in the comics or anything. I know very little about Daredevil.
I would agree. Daredevil's probably one of those ones I don't know that much about. I do know there's the storyline where his identity gets revealed. Yeah,
see the book I've got, which I'll lend you if I want. It's, I believe, like sort of just after that, because as Matt Murdock, folk are saying to him, "Alright, Daredevil," and he's saying like, "I'm not Daredevil." Yeah.
He kind of patches it because he's having to sort of lay low, and it's a bit of an identity crisis sort of story where he's like, he's not really, he's trying to avoid being caught as Daredevil.
I would be interested to read it again, because when I don't know if I've ever read it all the way through that book. It's only about 12 issues. I never thought it was bad, but I just didn't think it was amazing either. And I remember it was at the time, it was like 10 out of 10 reviews. It was "This will change your life," all that type of stuff. I tried reading it a wee while ago. I just got distracted, because the problem, like when I read comics these days, I just sort of go, "That's a good idea. I'm gonna, you know, like the art wise or whatever. I'll just be like, oh, that's cool. I'm gonna steal that before I forget, basically." But yeah, I was reading that a wee while ago, and I was looking at the date when it came out, because I think it came out like 2014, 2015, something like that. And it's just shit like he saves a gay couple and stuff like that, and I'm like, was this just big because it was?
You're just gonna let her get squished?
Stunning and brave.
Aye.
Is that why it was getting?
Rave reviews.
Because I never thought it was bad, but it didn't grab me that way. Like, you know. At what?
At the thing.
At that.
Yeah. Or just leave her. I mean, either or. Let her get squished.
Thought of the Daredevil. Thought you all meant to be strong.
Aye.
Let's head back and check it out.
So this straight from the start. I mean, it was a cool fight scene. They kind of shoot it in one continuous shot, which really worked because he's fighting like Bullseye, and he's sort of like, it's a proper back and forth where Bullseye's like throwing like just anything he can get his hands on at him.
You'll figure it out.
And he's sort of like deflecting it, and then like he'll catch Bullseye with a kind of hit, but then Bullseye will sort of throw a knife and catch him in like the arm or the shoulder and that. So it's really well done. I'd say that's probably the best bit. But then there's 2 hours more of content where he's just not Daredevil, and so we've reached the end of episode 2, and he is born again. Hopefully now, from this point forward, he kind of has no choice but to, you know, without spoiling it, because I assume, would you watch it?
I'm going to start watching Daredevil, and if I enjoy it, then I'll probably rattle through it. What the fuck? That was a strong ass hit. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean that.
That's fine. Your sword, like, is going to bring you back to life. That's fine.
I did write that down, that idea about like the sentient sword that's a pacifist. I think that's a funny idea. Anyway,
you should play High on Life, because that's basically it's not entirely what that game is, but it's very close. Just Mad Morty being a gun. Nicely done. Get him. Get him. Hit him.
Get him, little buddy. Get him, all. I'll give Daredevil another try. Again, I liked the show, but I think it was like,
I would watch this.
I think I started watching it right when the Marvel
Yeah,
shows
fuck it.
left Netflix.
Aye,
Remember that?
possibly aye, yeah.
'Cause the timing sounds about right.
Give me your heads. Oh, give me the other half of your apparently. There's guys up high. Hit apparently. Oh, they came down. That was nice. So that was yeah, and it's pretty boring after that. Like Wilson Fisk is running for mayor. And pretty much gets it like straight away. There wasn't really much drama there. Tony Soprano's son, like James Gandolfini's son, is in it.
Oh, I thought you meant like in the show.
But he's Daniel Blake. And I'm like,
That name rings a bell.
Yeah, I'm going to Google that because I'm sure Daniel Blake is the fake name that Thor uses.
Earlier.
So I don't really get the connection, but I'm going to Google it because I wanted to do that. Daniel Blake. I'm going to put Marvel.
Daniel, yeah. See, that's ringing a bell, but I mean, back in the day, Thor was an old guy, but that's for decades that's not been the case anymore, and I don't remember if it turned out that he actually was always Thor and the Doctor old guy was like a punishment from Odin or something like that. I don't know, I might just totally made that up. Let's push this. This looks pushable. This looks pushable to come give me a hand with this. Give us a hand.
Looks like it's still here.
Thank you.
So training gave me.
It says Blake was invented for the show, but this mayor line, yeah, there's fair enough.
But I want to hear the rest.
I'm sure Daniel Blake is. I'm going to take out
Donald.
Daredevil.
I think it might be Donald Blake.
What's Thor's name?
I do put in like Thor Secret Identity or something like that.
Thor, Alias, Marvel. I'm sure it is Marvel Comics or anything. Because I'm sure maybe it is Donald Blake, but
I don't know where to find out.
For the first time, I saw my path forward.
I'm sure what through
Secret
this.
Identity. Yeah, it's a Secret Identity. Oh, it is Donald Blake. Right. So who's Daniel Blake?
I must just be
Too bad, Giant.
strange.
Fair enough. No, I've confused the two then. But basically, the rumours are that he's a Skrull. Anyway, so,
Right.
and then what else?
Where did that go when they did Secret Invasion? I thought it went nowhere.
Yeah, it didn't go nowhere. Basically,
Well, the funny thing is that's quite an accurate adaptation then, because the comic went nowhere. I think there was like 2 Skrulls. It was like Spider Woman and like
Spider Woman and Iron Man. But again, what it was trying
in the
what was
comic.
it? Yeah,
Was it?
sure it was Iron Man. What they're trying, or maybe it was Norman Osborn. Well, basically what they're trying to set up is that anyone could have been a Skrull, but the problem is
Aye, which is an awesome setup.
yeah,
That's really cool. That could be like
but they didn't have the balls to really make anyone important a Skrull, so it kind of
exactly.
fell flat.
So I don't know. It was Spider Woman and I guess Norman Osborn because he's not dead now or something.
Yeah. So it was a bit, yeah. It was cool. I can't mind what fucking, it's gonna annoy me. What, do you know what Bullseye's real name is?
Oh, I can't remember.
It's like Poindexter.
Oh no, it's not.
Yeah, that's what
No,
they,
it's not. It's not as bad as that, but it's something shit.
it's like Nerd Buttface or whatever. He's genuine, it was Poindexter. It was definitely Poindexter. I remember that much. That one on the right's about to jump you. I don't know, never mind. But it's, so far, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. It's just it annoys me that there's still woke shit. It's like they just refuse to learn the lesson, man. They just think that diversity equals success, and you're like, no.
Good shows equal success.
Yeah. Oh, that was the other thing that really annoyed me. Is right. So, Kingpin is in fucking couples counselling with his wife.
What?
Yeah, exactly.
Shut up, man.
That's the other subplot.
See, just because The Sopranos was good and it had Tony Soprano in therapy, it doesn't mean every mobster we need to. Like the Kingpin. The Kingpin was a dickhead before anything bad ever happened to him.
Yeah.
He's just a rat. I mean,
Looks like it's the rear.
I like it in like Spider-Verse or whatever when he's trying to get his family back.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not saying you can't have some complexity there, but
It's not always about the money, Spider-Man.
but most of the time it is.
Yeah.
With the Kingpin.
But it's funny to
You
do
would
that
have thought
contrast.
you would have thought they would want to like compare him to Donald Trump now or Elon Musk, who are both pricks, but you know, something like that. I thought they would have jumped at
Extremist
that.
politics.
Yeah, I thought they would
yeah.
have jumped at the chance to do that.
No, but he's actually he fixes a hole in the road. Not himself, but he kind of just goes like that. Fuck your permit process. Just fix this fucking road I want to get somewhere. He's like, I've told you I'm going to get things done. And then he clashes with the police. Police don't want to play ball. And he's like, no, I'm going to do it straight. He wants to go straight, basically. His wife's been running the business in his absence.
Was he in the jail or what?
No, and
Let me guess, was she better than it than him without
Yes.
any practice or
Yes.
training or okay?
yeah,
Right.
she'd settled the 5 families
Take over for just 3 seconds.
and was aye.
She did it effortlessly.
She did it effortlessly. There was peace among men, and it was holier than thou bullshit. He's like, no, everything needs to be cushy before I run for mayor. I can't have any bad stuff. But then he
Just so.
pretty much goes back on his words.
No.
As soon as the police leave, well, but I was like that. This is what I want to see.
Yeah, no, I'm not criticising it. I'm just saying it's he's the Kingpin. Of course he's gonna do that.
The chief of police is like, oh, I'm not going to do what you say here. He just fucking like shows him a family of like, he shows a photo of like his wife and son, like, and he's like that. Let's run through your list of demands, right? So, pay rise, none. Fucking, overtime, restrictions. Overtime. You're not getting any. He was just like pure runs through all the things. And I like the actor who plays Kingpin. I don't know his name. I'll fucking toss it up there. What am I looking for here? Right, over this right now.
Right, he's that back, please. Thank you.
I don't know if this is the way you're meant to go, if this was just a wee hidey hole with stuff in it.
Usually that's a shortcut to get back, but I don't know. Where's she? She's back here, so surely.
Yeah, I think that is the right way, but maybe you're meant to stay up top and go left, not necessarily go down the ladder. Well, what's that? That's just some money. I need that money. What else? What else annoyed me? I kind of feel like that was it. It's only been 2 episodes, so I mean, overall, sort of 5 out of 10 so far. I'm glad Daredevil's now Daredevil again.
Because, I mean, I'm not saying like you can't
I
do.
think, see behind you.
Can I get a better view of that crate?
What crate?
Yeah, I think one of those you could climb. I feel. No, maybe not. Up top or something.
The problem with the whole like they give up being Spider-Man storyline is
It never sticks.
yeah, it never sticks. So it's one of those ones where even if it's done well, you're kind of like, right, okay, we know what's going to happen here.
Can I get a better view of that crate?
What crate?
Crate to see
Oh,
something.
is it the one over? Something over here? I mean, there is stuff to explodify, but I kind of feel like are we meant to go over there? Maybe you do have to go up top. This is one of those times game where you need to spell it out first, because I'm not even paying enough attention.
No, me neither. Throod was talking, so I was. Oh, this crate.
Oh, that
There's
crate.
a better view of this crate.
Possibly,
Oh, maybe if I go right to the end of that little pier thing, I'll be able to see it.
yeah, probably that's it.
Oh.
Smashed it. Smashed it with an abundance of cleverness.
Speaking of strong women, not Spider-Man, Super Mario movie. It's on Netflix.
Oh yeah, there's another example of what's wrong with the source material.
That darn near ruined it for me.
Oh, I mean,
the strong
it's
women.
awful. Aye.
Because it's like, honestly, Mario almost didn't need to be there. Almost.
Yep.
Luckily, they didn't. They pulled it back just enough that he wasn't utterly useless, but just barely though.
Do you know what? Transformers 1, I think's worse, but it's the same problem. They literally have a character played by Scarlett Johansson standing there going to Optimus Prime, I'm better than you.
And Optimus Prime goes, "You're dismissed, get out of my sight."
Well, no, he's
Or
like,
no.
he's just like, "Oh yeah, no, you're amazing, Alita. You're the best of the best. No one could ever compare to you." It's like, it's fucking Optimus Prime. He's like the main man.
He's
He's the fucking general of the Autobots. Like, there's nobody more top of the tree than him in the Transformers world. How dare you even have the gall? And it's like, aye. It's the way that it's not even. It's not about equality. It's about
they could have fixed the Princess Peach thing so easily. You know how the bit where he fails the obstacle course thing.
Aye.
And she goes, "Oh, don't worry, everybody fails first time. Well, except me." And she did it. She could just do it first time. All you had to do was, "Oh, I failed it first time too. Took me hundreds of tries.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah. But I got there." You'd be like, "Cool." But no.
Humility.
But no. They were just like, "No, she just did it."
Yep. She's
Mario
amazing.
didn't need to be there.
She could have saved the kingdom.
Yeah.
Mario's just along for the ride.
She gave Mario her permission to help.
The Italian plumber that, sold however many fucking cartridges and an innumerable number of fucking games.
Yeah.
The flagship of a whole fucking business, depending on who you ask.
An industry titan, yeah. I mean,
No, you're right. He's second best to you, Peach.
aye.
I can feel what he's feeling.
Just
Aye, it almost ruined it, but everything else was so good that it did. It still salvaged it. But you fix that, and it would have been top 10 favourite movies ever.
Wow.
For me, honestly, that's how much I liked the other stuff around it. Like even the voice acting.
Why are you setting the wolf?
Why did we need Chris Pratt? We didn't, but fine. He was good. He was good. I liked Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. I like Charlie Day in anything he does. So I liked him as Luigi. Jack Black as Bowser was an unexpected
Treat.
highlight. Yeah, I thought it was good. Because his voice has just a wee bit of sort of some type of effect on it
Yes, aye.
to make it just a wee bit sort of monstery.
A wee bit deeper, aye.
You can still tell he's Jack Black, but see, a lot of times they're scared to do stuff like that because they want you to know who it is. They're paying this actor all this money, they want you to know who it is. It's one of the reasons Iron Man never has a mask on.
Nah.
It's because they're paying Bobby Downey Jr. all this money. It's like they're going to show his face.
That's convenient that he rolled over.
Is this thing going to come to life and attack me?
Yeah, I don't really know why we're untying it.
Whatever it is you're doing, you're dead.
Oh, smack.
That means why we're trying to set it free. Oh, that was nice.
Whoa.
Let's look in the
Just he was in the way, I suppose.
The chamber he was guarding. He obviously wasn't guarding it. He's just done
It's
a
probably
lot.
tied up there for 4,000 years. I'd probably want to get out of there as well.
How? It's not responding anymore.
This reminds me of Azkaban.
Never
You
happened.
said trust you. And we let that thing loose. Grandfather's gonna kill me. We gotta get out of here. Come on.
Have you figured it out yet?
What do you mean?
Have you figured out where the mask is gone?
No.
You just let a giant wolf run away,
Oh,
and now the mask stopped growing.
Oh, so we need to catch the wolf.
Yeah.
Through.
The wolf has it.
Maybe in fact you're
Through.
It's up its ass.
Did he eat it?
It's been rattling about in its fucking left testicle.
Shite
If I
it.
made a mistake, I'll fix it. I can find
So it's going to jerk it off to get it out of its
Oh,
balls.
so sweet.
I don't know.
Red Rocket Dog. Red Rocket.
I can't, yeah, vile. I can't remember exactly how you get it. Oh yeah, it's like a dimension tear.
Oh, kind of like that big. Wasn't even really a dragon.
Fuck you, Heimdall.
It was sort of a dragon
Yes.
that went through realms, whatever it's called.
The mad lizard thing, whatever. Fucking iguana or whatever.
Oh, exactly. There you go.
Half breed. Why you gotta be so
Me, I'm
rude,
a
Heimdall?
slag.
Leave him alone. It was a mistake.
No! The mistake was allowing you to think that you were ready. You helped, didn't you?
Well, yeah, obviously she helped. We were sent to help each other. Guppy, I mean...
Turn your hands by now.
Well, you're not Thor.
Oh. And what are you going to do exactly?
Lol.
You see, everyone takes it easy on you because they are afraid of your father.
Totally true.
Yep.
You are.
Ah, yeah.
Drunken, utter piece of trash! Hey!
It's for horses getaway.
Yes.
It's just the dramatic way he jumped in between them and went, hey.
Very well then. Give me permission.
Oh, crap to the side.
You have a lot to learn, little girl. Starting with who your family is and who it is not.
What?
Just wait until I'm a Valkyrie.
It won't make any difference.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
you really believe the Allfather would allow that to happen?
Oh, you're so sleazy, honestly.
Would he not?
What?
Why
No, but
can she
just-
not be a Valkyrie?
Well, she can, obviously. Oh, she's got thunder powers as well. Forgot that. Well, lightning powers.
Stop. Just wants to make you mad.
Ah, and this is boring. It must be boring for Heimdall knowing what's going to happen. Just wait, Heimdall. We'll get you later.
Because I cannot wait to watch you explain this mess to the Allfather.
Have you seen the end of Dragon Ball Diner?
I'm up to date with it.
Oh right, the last one came out today. I
Oh,
was
did
gonna
it?
watch it
I've not seen that. I've not seen today's.
today or tomorrow. If it was today, I was gonna watch it, but I didn't get a
I'm
chance.
not
But
impressed
you're up
so
to date
far.
though.
Yeah.
I liked the start because
Yeah.
it felt a bit. It felt like a D&D campaign, but with Goku, and I quite liked that. But then it's got a bit of a kind of like lack of direction. Like, why is Piccolo there?
Yeah. What purpose does he serve?
I mean, it seems as if he's going to help out in this final fight, but really you could have just had Vegeta do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I like Piccolo, but he just had no purpose to be there.
No. I mean, that Namekian was there as well, but it's
Yeah.
not even like the two of them had an in-depth conversation.
Not really. And you would think he'd be a wee bit like...
King Piccolo, back to your home realm, you know what I mean? And he's just kind of like, I don't remember because I'm not King Piccolo. And that was it. It was just
Yeah.
like, whoa, fuck me. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, I don't think it's been bad, but it's been a bit... It could have been brilliant, and it's just been okay, I guess is what I'd say.
Yeah, it lacks plot. There's not enough plot. There's not enough for people to do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's as if, like, well, we got to have Vegeta in there because...
Yeah. We need Vegeta to go Super Saiyan 3. We need to deliver that moment.
Aye.
And people are like, why? What story significance does that serve? And it's like,
It's a wee bit like, you know, like films that get made off of storyboards. They're like, oh, we could have this moment, and we can have this moment. That'll look cool in a trailer. Right, now go write a film around that.
you can hit high points, but there's a bit of a... There's nothing there. That's...
I really don't get the Super Saiyan 4. They'll obviously not call it that. They'll call it like Demon Realm Saiyan or something like that. But
Yeah, why emulate that? It was its own thing in GT. You didn't want GT to be canon, which is cool.
yeah, I think that's part of it. Is I think Toriyama liked certain things about GT, but for the most part thought it was shite, and I kind of agree. So I think this was his idea of kind of doing some of the good things, like the Dragon Ball sort of. What am I looking for? Like the Dragon Ball quest
Yeah.
to collect the Dragon Balls again is kind of fun, and it's like, well, how do you make it like difficult while they're in a different place, so their powers don't work quite the same, and their kids and stuff like that. It's kind of, that's what I mean by like the start of it seemed quite interesting.
There's some translation errors as well, or just some downright story mistakes where they like refer to Earth's dragon as Purunga.
No, I think they were referring to
Nanitch
I think they
dragon.
made the Namekian one.
How about the fact that the demon dragon is just a repaint of Purunga? It's just a red Purunga. Why 3 Dragon Balls?
I don't know. 3 I'm okay with, because 3 is at least a sort of magic number.
I guess, yeah.
Well, I don't know if you've read up to it yet, but in the manga of Super, there's a planet that has 2, and you're like, that's just an awkward number.
Nah.
That's just shite. Like, at least with 3 you could kind of like, well, exactly like they did in Dharma, like, the bad guys had 1 and the good guys had 2, and then it was like, oh, well, they get the 3rd one, won't they? 2's just awkward. 2's like...
But even then, it was just... It fell so flat. I was like that when whatchamacallit just kind of goes, right, make them adults again.
Yeah.
It's literally like the same plot, but not delivered as well as when it happens to Frieza. With it's a translation thing, you have to speak the dragon's language, which is like that filthy wish dragon.
Did they ever explain why Glorio speaks it and she doesn't?
No.
Did they not?
No.
See, if anything, she's like some sort of powerful witch or whatever.
And then she just kind of is on their side.
It would be more likely that I would believe like she would know how rather than like Glorio.
Aye.
I don't get why he's the person that knows how. I mean, through all these various adventures, maybe he learned it. That's fine, but maybe they mentioned it at some point, but I don't remember them mentioning it.
Oh.
And yeah, it seems like now she's just on their side. I hope there's like another twist where she'll be like, only joking, way, and try and steal like the Tertian Oculus or whatever. But then Bulma can give her a swift left and validate her existence in the show.
Yeah, why is Bulma there?
Well, Bulma's there so that she could tell Vegeta to stop fighting. But that's what I mean is like...
Or I won't have a bath with you?
Yeah, I just...
Again, yeah.
He could have...
It's not overly
all
clever.
the times when fighting was a bad idea and he did it anyway, she never pulled that one out. Any of those, like...
But they're at a different stage in the relationship. This is post, like, Z.
Just skip it.
Post Z, pre-Super into it. That's what the sort of chronology.
Yeah, Super is what, 4 years after Z, so I guess this is 2 years after or something. It would have been like Majin Buu.
Never thought I'd be so relieved to be back with him.
Majin Ku and Majin Do as well. I was like a bit disappointing. I thought they'd have more about them.
I'll see. It seems like they're just going to be just carry on existing in the demon realm after this. You know, they didn't really have a big sort of fight, either of them. Like, there's 2 of them, Goku and Vegeta. That, like, I don't know. Am I crazy? That could have been fun.
One-on-one.
Or yeah, like 2v2. Or you know, 2 sets of 1-on-1. You know, they could have had Vegeta actually defeat somebody for once. You could have had him beat which one's which? The fat one that's stronger.
Ku is the weak one. Do is the stronger one.
Right, Do. They could have had Vegeta defeat Majin Do, and then there you go. He's finally actually defeated like a main. Well, he's not even the main villain, but you know, like a sort of main villain. And then they all team up to take out Goma.
Okay, guess it's time to face it.
Where now that's either not going to happen or it will happen after they've defeated Goma, so it's kind of like, yeah.
It's gonna be fine. Everything is fine.
So yeah, I mean, it's okay. I've enjoyed it, but I'm just kind of like, maybe this is just me being arrogant, but I'm like, I could have done this better. This is...
I'm just counting down the fucking episodes. I assume it's the finale next episode.
This is meant to be the last one, that's why I was going to watch it, so I'll talk about it. I don't see there being there can't really be any more big meaningful reveals, because again it leads into Super, so...
Yeah, and that's part of the problem as well with any prequel series, is I've always found it's boring, the stakes are low. You can't really do anything, you can't... I mean, you could kill them and bring them back.
Aye, but it would feel a bit hollow.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just the Dragon Ball world lacks any sort of like dramatic tension anyway because of Dragon Balls. But that's okay because you're kind of still there for the fighting.
I mean, the Tournament of Power, that at least
Yeah, because the stakes.
I could believe that they were going to lose to Jiren.
Yeah.
But maybe Jiren would have a change of heart, you know,
and bring him back.
winning or
Exactly.
something. Like, we know that they're not going to be like deleted, but
not permanently anyway. But yeah, it's an opportunity for defeat, which is again is something.
Yeah, I believe that Jiren might have won it.
Yeah. And I mean the Tournament of Power is so well crafted because you've got the twists, like victory. You've got, you know, why was Frieza in it? You know what I mean? You get such a great payoff when Goku and Frieza, lifelong fucking enemies, have to come together, still begrudgingly right till the bitter fucking end, to beat Jiren.
Yeah.
When they're like pair of them last.
You know, it all feels like earned.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a perfect example of how to craft a story into it. Where it's like, why, like you said, why is Piccolo there?
Why is he there? He's there just to give him screen time, but he's not doing anything, though.
No.
It'll literally just be right. Who's popular? Okay, Vegeta, Goku, and Piccolo. Right, send them.
Yeah. It's like, no, let's not develop like Goten or Trunks.
Well, they've been made into babies.
I know they've been made into babies, which is again, I'm cool with that. I'm glad that they've written some people out, but like, nah, we don't need any more.
You know what would have been cool? And they would
They
never do this, but they could have taken like Tien and Yamcha because
I've not seen Tien for so long.
They didn't bother turning them into babies, and then that could be like, oh well, they were like underestimated because they didn't have anything to do.
We'll see. There you go. You've already written a better kind of story. I would have enjoyed that just for variety, because.
And then I'd have it. I would.
Tien gets a bad
I would
rep.
have it. I would have it that like they're losing to Goma in the end, right? Because he's so powerful, and then they restore Goku, and then all together, they may make Goku and everybody into grown-ups again. But like, I'm just saying Goku because like, I'm just assuming he'd be the only one there in this version. And then together they all
switch it back. This is tough. Your survival rate is pretty low. Problem is, it's on a timer, so it's not about killing the guys. It's about.
Is it not?
Yeah.
Oh right.
Stay out of the way. Maybe execute a wee rage attack now. To get a bit of health back.
Oh, see that big timer right in the middle of the screen that I just was not paying attention to. Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying that's a better story, it's a completely different story, but there would be an option.
Exactly, it's just about a wee bit more intrigue. I think she needs your help to close it. I think that's part of it as well. Oh, okay, that would help.
Mashing the circle button just like old. Yeah, I didn't say Call of Duty there.
Oh, Monty fuck.
Just like old God of War.
Get off me, you mad. He's trying to eat me.
Whoa, to the jaw.
Where have you been this whole time? Finally. Come on, fuck shit up.
Oh, then you dasties. Oh, plugged. Oh, slashed. Oh, stabbed. Kettle.
Hold that.
Do you know what getting kettled is?
Kettled? What, a kettlebell? Or?
No. It's when you fill up a kettle and you boil it and then you just chuck it at someone.
Oh, Jesus.
It's horrible. It's what they do in the jail.
Is it?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Man, you are absolutely mortifying these guys.
Sometimes, and this is actually like super messed up, is what they do is they put sugar in it. Because it like sticks to you worse.
Oh, you can't get sugary water off you as easily,
Yeah, or they chuck sugar first and then the hot water, something like that. Yeah, and it burns really bad and it scars really bad and everything. It's really nasty.
Oh,
that's how I would have.
Oh Christ!
Oh wow, that's how I would have handled Daima.
Is it the wolf? That's a good shout. Is that it's Goku and his friends and hello, Tyr.
Is it over? No thanks to you.
Meow.
Where is Atreus?
It's like if Goku's a kid, but he can still turn into a Super Saiyan.
return to
There's
Marvel.
nothing. Yeah.
I don't know how strong or weak he is anymore.
Aye.
If you were a kid, and him as a kid is somehow about as strong as TN. That's I don't know how you're doing the maths there, but that's cool. They're kind of on, and he's not weak.
Well,
but
two
he's
years
nowhere
after,
near.
you could have him as Big Shoulder TN.
Yeah.
Mr. TN, the doctor says. Why is it something like
Your shoulders can't get any
bigger? That's why we don't see him anymore. Love it.
Yeah, apparently, one of the animation houses that did that era of Dragon Ball, it was some shit Korean house, but they were cheap, so they ended up doing quite a lot of episodes. So it's a shame. So a lot of the Android and Cell Saga look like garbage because of that pure dirt cheap Korean animation house.
I need to go back and watch it because I don't have a bad memory of that. I feel like a lot of Dragon Ball Z is, and maybe it's just nostalgia that makes me think it was good.
I think the fights overall were so memorable that, and I think when you watch like Kai, which is the more streamlined version, for example, it's like when you watch the original, like sort of unedited ones, the fights that go on for like 3 hours, there'll be bits in there that are like way worse than we probably remember.
Possibly on a HD
Animation-wise
TV and stuff
like
like
that.
They're everywhere. Everywhere.
It's like when Fighters came out, everybody was saying, "Oh, it looks just like the anime," but one of the like graphics creators or whatever was saying like, "No, it actually looks way better than the anime." But people have sort of updated it in their brain.
Is that his name? Garm.
Who freed Garm? That's madness. Surely not you, young one.
If the Hound of Hell is loose, he'll chew through the fabric of the realms. Hellwalkers are just the beginning. What were you thinking?
Aye, this is a fuck-up of not insignificant proportions.
Jesus, Mumia, I want to dial it back.
What's your language?
Enough. Leave him.
I will go and kill the wolf.
A mistake.
I'm assuming that's what happens.
What?
They kill the wolf.
Well, that's what we do.
And by fix he means murder.
I'd rather stay here.
What?
I've had my fill of visits to Helheim.
Who said you get to just stay here, Mimir? Fine. Leave him there. Yeah. Yes. You take him. Go put him in the fucking dining room table where he belongs. Make sure my spaghetti hips are there for when I get back. Jesus. Come on.
Problem. I'm not sure I have a way back to Highland.
Let's go to this.
Oh, this squirrel. Come on,
I
squirrel.
like the squirrel.
Get us to Helheim. Good old Ratatosker. So out of place.
My brusque tone, but whatever has lately transpired in Helheim is completely unacceptable. I must
Go sort it
suggest
out.
you go get your weapons into state-of-the-art condition and then remedy the situation without further delay.
You're the boss.
Are your weapons all
Yeah.
powered up and stuff?
Yeah, look at all the rage.
It's a lot of rage.
Kratos is just an unbelievable amount of rage. Shut up, Ratatosker.
Aren't you gonna, reprimand me?
No. I am relieved. You are safe.
Okay. Wow. Maybe I should run away more often.
Take note, kids. Run away. Your parents will miss you.
Lower than this beer
Even the fucking terrible ones like Kratos.
I heard a good saying, it was like, if you're going to be late for something, be so late that they're happy to see you.
I do not.
So like, I don't know, say it were a wedding or whatever, like if the bride's gonna be late, if you're just 10 minutes late, then you're just a bam. Whereas if you're so late that they're like, oh my god, we're gonna have to cancel this, and then you turn up,
5 hours.
they're not gonna, then they're just gonna be happy to see you. They're not gonna be mad about it.
Oh Christ.
He's probably just scared. He was chained up for a really long time.
That's what it'll be. The
He's more
the giant hell wolf. He's more afraid of you than you are of him. What game do you think you're in, Atreus? This is fucking God of War.
Before he opens up more realm tables.
Spear him. Wingardium Leviosa. And triangle. Right.
Cool.
It's not wind powers.
It's Wingardium Leviosa.
Exactly. It's not Wingardium Leviosa. It's Leviosa. think you'll go down there. You can now you can climb across the crevice now.
Oh, right.
That's what your magic wind powers did.
I see, of course.
It wasn't Leviosa. Leviosa.
My God, that's long.
What? No. Why?
Are you not working with him?
It's not what you think.
Whatever he promised, he cannot be trusted.
I don't. But he has something I need.
He's got this granddaughter. I want to fire into him.
Him?
Her.
Got that. Got that.
Oh, that was nice. Maybe I did know that, but I don't remember knowing I could do that. Like, hold the spear for an actual really powerful shot like that. Well, that's handy. Frost resistance. I don't even really understand how you have that.
God. Forgetting how you get Trey to help you out.
Square.
We gotta get up there. This ice is in the way.
I will handle it.
Oh, I think you need to hit it in a few places. No. You're right the first time, but you need to hit it. You need to get one, and then throw another spear in another location. And then I think there's a third location that you can only see from up top.
I see.
Sneaky wee. Just round here,
There you
scooting
go.
up the stairs. Steal that man's money and read the wee fucking enchanted.
As well.
The wind from your wings.
One.
Yeah. I'm going to bounce it up.
Oh, what were you doing there?
Oh, he's got
Those other two.
Right, I'll bounce up here and then I'll give you a shot.
I feel like I'm just updating on all this stuff I've watched this week, but it has been quite a decent week for TV. But are you up to date with Invincible?
No.
No? Fine.
Not even
remotely?
No. I'm like
Double tap. Nah, I just missed it.
like 2 seasons behind.
Oh, really?
And don't even remember the first one very well.
Wow. Oh, you've got to catch up. I need to talk about. Like,
You told me the second series was pish, so I'm
it's,
not
it,
bothered
is,
with
it
it.
is pish, but the third season's like sort of paying dividends now. It's all kicking off.
I know I have no right to ask.
The problem was that Mark just got his ass handed to him like every episode. I got really boring.
Why can you not
Aye,
It's complicated.
that is boring when that happens.
Why do you
It's
think
like-
you weapons?
They'd already done that through most of season 1, and you were like, I thought he'd like leveled up, you know, he'd evolved. After his dad beat the fucking shit out of him, like, you thought, kind of like Zenkai boosts, like Mark had received like big Zenkai, but it turns out Viltrums don't really work like that, because Mark was just weak throughout season 2. But then they do like a kind of time skip. In the start of season 3, they're like that. His strength's up 150%, speed's up like 200%, endurance is up. Like they basically just leveled Mark up.
I think I understand how Fred
And there's basically at the moment there's really been no one who could challenge him. His big sort of
What if we follow those Hellwalkers up there?
philosophical decision now is,
What Mark to do?
I think it's just to defend Trey. Oh, he's once a piece, does he?
Dafties.
He just has to decide on should I kill people, basically. It's a moral decision of now that he's got this sort of power, does he have the right to kill people? And other heroes have done that. Sort of good Batman stories play with the fact of should I kill the Joker? The best example probably being The Dark Knight Returns. At least off the top of my head.
Well, maybe.
Where he does, he basically, or let me think. I'm trying to think of the one. Well, like Arkham City actually.
There's a good bit in Hush that's he's thinking about it. He obviously doesn't in the end, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
No.
So he's going like should I, shouldn't I? Is it one? Is it just in general, or is it like one specific kind of example?
It's in general because there's a few times where the villains aren't going anywhere. The prisons aren't strong enough to hold them. He is strong enough to kill people, but not strong enough to like disable them, if you know what I mean.
Aye.
Like, so the villains will take the hits and not die, but if he doesn't like fuck their face up, you know, they'll just keep coming. And because of the like amount of destruction that they'll cause, it is becoming like a, you know, should I just kill them off?
Thanks for coming back.
Okay. Aye. Do you want to go?
No problem.
Aye. I'll have a wee quick shot. That's cool.
Well, that's good to hear too.
Tell me, what were you doing in Asgard?
So we're translating this road. It's this mask he found in the magical ritual.
Aye,
It's all sort
I'll
of.
put it on the to watch list. I
Yeah.
watched.
I met people my age
Are you fond of the motion pictures of Ari Aster?
Who?
It compromises your
He's the guy that did.
Maybe. I'm tired of feeling lost.
I think he did
Let's just figure out how to skate with it,
Midsummer.
okay?
Did you see Midsummer?
No.
Hereditary.
I wanted to see Hereditary, but I never got round to it.
Watch it. It should be on.
Here's block when the gate is open.
I think it's Amazon. Should be on that. Watch it. I thought it was brilliant. Midsummer, I didn't really do it for me. I would give it another try though. And he did
Oh, I think I know
something
what
else
I
I've
need to
not
do.
seen, but it was. I'd heard good things. So this was a one that has. It's called Beau is Afraid. It's got the Joker in it.
Mhm.
So put it this way, like, even though I think his films that I've seen have been kind of hit and miss, they're interesting enough that I want to see them. So I watched Beau is Afraid the other night. It's like 3 hours long. But I liked it. I'd be interested to see what you think. It's one of these ones where like what's really happening, who knows. And yeah, like I said, it's got the Joker in it. Who else is in it?
I put 3 sigils up, but for some reason it doesn't want to fucking ice.
That guy with
Thank you.
there's that guy in it. He's one of those dudes where like you've seen him and stuff, but you don't know what. I think he was like the acting mayor in The Dark Knight or something like that. You know, that way you would know him if you saw him, but no one knows his name. And it's basically about a dude called Beau, and the intro to it is really, really good. It starts with him being born,
Okay.
so it's like kind of you can't really see properly, and you just hear sort of like screaming. And I think like the doctors drop him or something like that as soon as he's
Christ.
born. And so it's like his mom's been like super overprotective of him, and he's basically got like a pure anxiety disorder, and he's just scared of everything. And that's the sort of setup. That's what I mean by it. It's quite sort of abstract. It's like what's really happening. It's like he's walking down the street, and you're like, is this real or is this just how he sees the world? Because it's like people getting mugged and stabbed like on the street right next to him, and people are just walking past as if it's
Normal.
as if there's nothing happening. So that's what I mean. Is it like, is that actually happening, or is he like imagining that's how bad it is? And then someone steals his house keys, and then it goes from there. And he goes on a whole wacky wild adventure, or does he? So yeah, if you have a spare 3 hours, then I'd recommend it.
If you think it's worth the 3 hours, I'll spend it on it. I know you're watching Attack on Titan just now, which is substantially more than 3 hours.
Watch.
What's it with everybody wanting to bust in just now? It's the terrier busting in, wanting a fucking word.
It's just, you know what you think.
Had cats.
Pull out the wires or something.
Had cats before, not so much terriers.
Hi, look.
I think I need to go down here to spear that.
Mounting the pillar here.
Yeah, I fucking figured it out.
That's Loki, that's dog, not Loki. The Loki in this game.
Not to be confused.
Not to be confused with Atreus, who is the same guy, I think, or something.
I heard something.
Stop it.
I had something blaring at me.
Stop it.
Oh,
You don't
plugged,
drink coffee.
plugged, double plugged, triple plugged, quadruple plugged, mega plugged, exploded. Plugged.
At time of recording this, I've also done my knee in and can't walk, so that sucks.
Bad timing into it.
I think this is just me completely catastrophizing, but when I hurt it, it was agony, but then after a few days, it was feeling a lot better. And then, see, when you wake up in the morning, do you ever do like a big stretch? You know, like just straight. I did that when I was like half asleep, so I didn't know what I was doing. And I did like a big stretch, and my knee was just absolute agony when I did it. So like I don't know if it was like not fully torn or something like that. And now I've done it by doing that in my sleep because it's been sore again after that. But again, that's just, I don't know if I'm just being dramatic, but. And at time of recording, the NHS, God bless them, are in like an absolute dire state. They're like so understaffed and everything. So I've had to wait like 2 weeks, actually slightly over 2 weeks, to get it seen properly. So don't even know what they've done to it.
Where's the villain? There we go.
Aye, that must be it. So we'll see what happens there. But suffice to say, I cannot be arsed. I'll keep you posted with that.
It just needs more time for games.
I suppose. There's nothing else to do, so I might as well.
What's your decision to go to
What was I about to say?
Help me understand.
Who doesn't want Ragnarok?
Oh, I was doing some drawings
I
for
needed his help.
that YouTuber,
Can't let Ragnarok.
Napoleon Blown Apart.
I would have helped you.
Yeah, I had to finish them for today.
Mm-hmm.
No.
So I did that. I'm happy with, I think.
He's giving us a shout out.
Okay.
We hit 500 subs
Oh, decent.
last week, so
Coming from.
It's alright.
cheers to the peeps that actually watch what we do.
Yeah. Sure is.
Did I tell you the audio died, crapped out on me from last week?
I heard you mention something about it when I was on the phone.
It was my bad because I made it too long. Oh, that was silly.
Oh, so it's not the full thing, is it just like the ending?
No, the full thing crapped out on me.
Why did that happen?
Okay.
Well, make sure that happen again.
No, I know why it happened. Sorry, it's just to be clear. So it's my own stupid fault. We actually tripped up on this mistake before. If you do a recording over a certain length of time, it doesn't save it properly on the phone.
So
On our
what
recording
is that
device.
length of time?
2 hours.
Why is it 2 hours? That just seems random.
I know it's random, but we'd experienced that previously. It's something to do with it won't like it doesn't like finalise saving it for whatever reason. And it's not even consistent, that's the frustration. So I'd originally set up a rule to only record up to like an hour and a half max. And sure enough, the last recording we did was so long. So next episode, or previous episode, will just be an entire game footage recording with an apology saying, sorry lads, enjoy this all game footage recording. With some people would be like, that's your best episode ever. And I'll be like, fuck you. You come for the bands. If you want game footage, I'll re-upload game footage, but you know what I mean? Do that in my fucking free time. Got a schedule to hit. Get excited for multiple episodes or clips of It's Always Sunny. Oh Christ.
See if you can try down the episodes that got taken off Netflix.
I'm gonna try. I think it's the same issue you said.
I can only find people that have put them on YouTube, but it's just them
Yeah, it's not good. Like, aye. Yeah, I'm the same.
reacting, and like reaction stuff is just.
Did you feel you've seen some of these episodes like on TV or somewhere else?
No, I
before they
did.
took them down?
One or two of them I definitely saw on Netflix before they got taken down.
Before they were banned, sort of thing.
But you know, since then, when
It's
I've tried
really
to see them again-
inconsistent as well. What stuff they like. It's allowable on YouTube.
Well, it's not really.
Well, yeah, I mean, ideally, obviously, they'd want me to do it. They'd want me to do it nothing really. Oh, that's poor. You big prick.
Do you mean like the stuff that got the episodes banned, or what do you mean?
No, I just mean like you can upload stuff. Oh, I hope you didn't waste my thing there, Trace. Shit. I think you did. You wasted my revival fluid. God damn it. I'm gonna hit restart, but we'll just leave it there, I think.